Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Jesus said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me, in the regeneration when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, he also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. And God appeared unto Jacob again when he came out of Padan Aram, and blessed him. And God said unto him, Thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. For your shame ye shall have double, and for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double, everlasting joy shall be unto them. For I the Lord love judgment, I hate robbery for burnt offering, and I will direct their work in truth, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them. Their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which the Lord hath blessed. I will greatly rejoice in the Lord. My soul shall be joyful in my God. For he hath clothed me with the garments of salvation. He hath covered me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decketh himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorneth herself with her jewels. For as the earth bringeth forth her bud, and as the garden causeth the things that are sown in it to spring forth, so the Lord God will cause righteousness and praise to spring forth before all the nations.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise unto
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kakadash.
Salaki. YouTube come back on. Yep. So, yeah, first and foremost, we want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash. Some honors unto the apostles and the elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being a great example towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect of believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al-Shah. All right, with brothers, GMS Mississippi Camp. All right, just coming back with another lesson tonight, doing another back to the basics, dealing with the covenant. All right, and before, we get into the precepts, I want to get into the definition of a covenant, because you go into the Bible, it's based off, a covenant, okay, made with a particular lineage, okay, of people, All right, and as we know in the Bible, okay, your lineage is determined by your your father. Okay, so when you go into the scriptures that speak about the promises made unto the fathers, okay, which when you go into his word covenant, okay, just to get understanding, and it's good to have understanding in these things, man. And for the longest, Christians, Christianity, the doctrine of, Christianity has been able to make a universal doctrine, you know, out of the Bible, because no one was going into the understanding of these things, but now that the Lord has raised up, okay, pastors out of his own heart, is feeding his people with knowledge and understanding. Now, the hopeful elect can clearly see these things. So you go into the word covenant, all right, it says a mutual compact to do or not to do something. That's why when you go in Deuteronomy 28, all right, is things of, when you go into the scriptures, the law, okay, it's pretty much a compact of things to do and not to do. Okay, it says a contract, and within that contract, you have stipulations, okay, and clauses, okay, about, okay, if this happened, you breach the contract, these are the consequences, okay. If you, all right, honor the contract, these are the rewards, these are the incentives, okay. The reason why we're in captivity because of we breached the contract, okay. When we was in rulership is because we was honoring the contract. You see? So rulership and captivity go back to this covenant made to our forefathers, and there's a thing that we have to understand. All right, and we're getting back, all right, to this agreement, all right, to a new contract through this grace. Okay, so going back to it again, it says agreement, a pact, a promise. Okay, a promise. So when the scriptures speak about the promises made to our forefathers, it's talking about their covenant. Okay, but what we're entering into now is a new covenant in which will be changed in order to hold up our end of the bargain. Okay, because it wasn't the Most High, all right, that didn't fulfill his part of the agreement. Okay, we didn't fulfill our part of the agreement, which we're going to go into those things. All right, it says from Latin, convivere, which goes into come together. All right, unite, to be suitable, to agree. Okay, and no, and when we was in order, when we was in obedience, okay, we were suitable unto our power. Okay, so you keep going. It says, in law, a promise made by deed. Okay, applied in scripture to what's that, God's arrangement, okay, with man, but we know this what man, the Israelite man, all right. I think that's it. I think that's the point. But I just want to just go a little deep into that word covenant. All right. So when we hear things like agreements, okay, promise, okay, unity, okay, contract, that's what the Lord made, all right, with our forefathers. All right. So we're gonna get some accounts. Y'all brothers have anything y'all want to add to it?
You pretty much hit on here, up.
Come,
So
so
I had
let's
to go on a couple precepts.
Okay, come. We're gonna I just want to establish this with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then we can get what you got. I just want to lay the foundation with this, Baba Shah, and then like I say you can let it rip. So yeah, Yashawan, let's get Genesis 17:1. All right, you can go ahead, bro.
This is Genesis chapter 17 and verse 1. And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the almighty power, walk before me and be thou perfect.
So this is the Lord, okay, dealing with at the time Abram, which his name will be changed to Abraham. Okay. So and the name change, they pretty much all right, because when they a woman, married a man, she would take on his name. Okay. Let's say you have, a major company buy out a small company. Well, that company would go through a name change. Okay. So when the Lord, he's going to change Abram's name to Abram, that signifies, okay, that pretty much the Lord has absorbed, okay, Abraham unto himself. Okay. Just as a man would absorb a wife into his situation, or a major company would absorb a smaller company into its situation. Okay. So you got it, bro.
And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly.
Yeah, so it said I will make my covenant. So remember, covenant goes to promises, a contract. Okay. And he's only dealing with Abraham. All right. And we're gonna show that he's only dealing with Abraham in this regard. No other person in the earth is he dealing with on this type of level. Okay. No other man is he dealing with but Abraham right now. Okay, you got it, bro.
And Abram fell on his face, and Yahweh talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations.
Yep, go ahead.
Neither shall thy name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee.
Yeah, so now you see the name change. Okay, Abram, which goes to Abraham, exalted father. All right, to Abraham, which goes into the father of a multitude. All right, because pretty much Abraham will be, the progenitor of the dynasty of Israel. Okay, as he's going to go into the next verse. Go ahead.
Like it.
You got it, bro.
Neither shall thy name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham, for a father of many nations have I made thee.
Yeah, so yeah. Go ahead.
And I will make thee exceeding fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee.
Yeah, so if kings are going to come out of Abraham, part of the promise will have to be rulership. Okay, what you want to go? Like I said, we want to go into all these things, Lord will. Okay, so part of the promise will have to be rulership, because kings, okay, have rulership. You can't be a king without, all right, a domain. Without territory, without people, without resources, you can't be a king. Okay, so all these things that what we have to understand are included in the promise. That's why when we go further into it, dealing with Isaac and then Jacob, it's going to go more, into all right the promise, all right, the things that was included in this contract. Okay, so let's get Genesis 20:26, and you can start at 1.
This is Genesis chapter 26 and verse 1. And there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar.
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh Shai appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of.
Mm-hmm.
Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father.
So the promises that he swore to Abraham, he's swearing to Isaac now. Okay, so we're following the promise. Okay, so it went from Abraham. Abraham had, other sons. He had other children, Ishmael, the sons he had with Qatar. Okay, but the promise went to Isaac. Okay, and when you go in the next chapter, let's get straight to it. Let's get Genesis 27. Okay, and 26. Start at 26 and you read that.
Genesis 27 and 26. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord had blessed.
Yeah, so
Therefore,
now we get to the part of the story, all right, where you get the tension that we see today, between Jacob and Esau, because Esau being the firstborn, this was the blessing he was supposed to get, through inheritance, he was supposed to get that. But in the spirit, we know it was always set up for Jacob. So Rebecca, all right, and Jacob pretty much put a play together, to supplant the blessing from Esau, which you read in Genesis, the 25th chapter. Okay, he pretty much sold his birthright. Okay, he sold it, for a meal. Okay, so at the end of the day, it was always set up for Jacob to get this blessing, but the Lord had to play out like this. This the Lord's movie. It had to be, some drama. Okay, it had to be some history between the two main characters, which is Jacob and Esau. Okay. Matter of fact, real quick, if a brother can post Hebrews 11 and I want to say it's 20. Yeah. Then like I say, after I get this, brother, you got it. My uh Hebrews. Yeah, I want to say it's 11 and 20. Yeah, Hebrews 11 and 20. You already got it, bro.
I got it.
You come on with it.
This is Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 20. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith, Jacob, when he was a dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph and worship, leaning upon the top of his staff.
Yo, so by faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. And it was all for this time. Because guess what? Isaac blessed Jacob with an eternal kingdom. Okay, so that means that by default, Jacob's kingdom will have to come last. Okay, because nothing can come after eternal kingdom. But then Esau was blessed with the fatness of the earth like Jacob was, and he was blessed to have that sword. Okay, and Yahweh Shai will come in the end time to conquer Esau, okay, and these heathen nations, and to establish Jacob. So the blessing that they both received, all right, was to play out in this time that we're in now. Okay, but that covenant, was always for this particular lineage of the sons of God. Okay, it didn't change. That narrative didn't change in the New Testament, which we'll get it. All right, but we can go back to Genesis though, bro.
Genesis 27 and 27.
Yep.
And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field which the Lord had blessed. Therefore, Yahweh. Oh, I thought you were saying something, bro.
No, you got it.
Therefore, Yahweh give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine.
Yep.
let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that cursed thee, and blessed be he that blessed thee.
So now it goes more into the details of the promise. Okay, the dew of heaven was just the earth. Everything that the dew covers, that's the whole earth. The fatness of the earth, which is the plush parts for our dwelling, and plenty of corn and wine, which is abundance and resources, which is real wealth. Okay, everything that you love and people crave, all right, that people lust over, it comes from a resource. You know, people love going out to fine dining, rooftops, and people love good wine and top shelf liquor. Well, guess what? All those come from resources, man. All right, clothes. Okay, a lot of things are synthetic now, but cotton, silk, okay, linen, and all those things come from resources, man. Okay, everything that we love, okay, that you can lust after, all right, that you can have a desire for, all right, it comes from a resource, man. Okay, so the part of that promise, that covenant, was plenty of corn and wine, and that just represents plenty of resources, abundance. And then it said, let people serve thee. These are slaves. So now we see that what? Because he said, kings shall come of thee. All right. And what do kings have? They have servants. Okay. So now we'll see the covenant, begin to get more detailed. The promises begin to get more detailed, man. Be Lord over thy brethren, which is Esau, Edom. Okay. And let thy mother's son bow down to thee. All right. So now we're seeing, the covenant, begin to flesh out. Okay. Begin to be explained in detail. And it gets more in depth the farther you go into the scriptures, man. Okay. So, yeah, that was it on there. What you have on Lamont?
Really, you keep going, brother. Whatever you had, man. I was gonna go into the Jeremiah 31, but we can hold out on that.
Okay,
you have some more points you want to make, because that's still building up to it.
Yeah. Hey, beautiful, because we're gonna get there. Okay, so now what I want to do, all right, is get a few in the Apocrypha. Let's get this in Second Esdras, the 3rd chapter. Let me pull it up. Yeah, because we're gonna build up to it, brother. And whatever, if you got any points in there, let me know, bro. So you go to, let's get Second Esdras 3. I want to start it. Let's see. You're gonna get 2 out there, Apocrypha. Matter of fact, Lamar, you got your Bibles close by?
Yeah, I got it, bro.
Yeah, you can read this Second Esdras 3. Second Esdras 3, and let's start it. Okay, let's start at 13. Now this is he's pretty much, he goes from Adam, then he goes into the flood. Okay, so now he's talking about, now the scriptures is going into the post-flood era, and we're gonna pick it up at Abraham. Okay, so let's get Second Esdras 3 and 13.
All right, it's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 3, verse 13. Now, when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them whose name was Abraham.
Go ahead.
Him thou lovest. You got it, bro.
No, you got it. Yeah, let me tell you. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, verse 14. Him thou lovest, and unto him only thou showedest thy will,
and
madest
unto Abraham only did he show his will.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was only dealing with one man in the earth at that time, and that was Abraham. Okay, well, if you keep reading, it's going to go to who else is included in this, man, and it never changes, man. Okay, you got it, bro.
Verse 15, and made us an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed.
So,
And unto him thou gavest.
So going back into the covenant, said what? Everlasting. Okay, so this is an everlasting contract. Okay, the new contract is just modified. Okay, we're going to be modified, but you go into the first covenant, all right, the old covenant and new covenant, well, what's going to be changed is us. And since we're not going to sin, we're not going to have to sacrifice for sin anymore. Okay, so the new covenant, we're going to be modified, but the contract was always everlasting. We had to be changed. We have to be changed, man. Okay, and Yahweh Shai, he created a grace period to us to show faith, because Abraham got that promise through faith, which that's a whole nother lesson. But it was through faith that Abraham came into this contract. We gonna come into this contract through faith. Okay, now faith gonna produce obedience. Okay, but it's gonna be established through faith, which puts us in the right relationship with the Most High. But the contract was always everlasting. The promise was always everlasting from the beginning. Okay, but you got it, bro.
Verse 16, and unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob, and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee and put by Esau, and so Jacob became a great multitude. So and it came to pass.
That was it, bro. But this is this the narrative. That's the point. Okay, from Abraham and unto Isaac. All right, thou gavest Jacob and Esau, and for Jacob thou didst choose him to thee and put by Esau. So the narrative never changes, no matter where you go in the scriptures, man. Okay, and Christians, they just act like it don't say what it say, and they try to, go to any precept to say all and whosoever. Nah, man, it's still speaking of a certain lineage, even though it say all, it's talking about all of Jacob and whosoever of Jacob. Okay, so let's get one more in the pop, if you would, bro. Let's get I think it's Sirach 44 and Sirach 44 and 19.
All right, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, and the Apocrypha. You said chapter 44.
Chapter 44 and verse 19.
Chapter 44, verse 19.
Yep.
Abraham was a great father of many people, and glory was there none like unto him.
Yep.
Who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him. He established a covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful.
Yeah, so it speaks, just starting with Abraham. Okay, and you see how Abraham had a legacy of obedience. Okay, but what took Abraham over the top, it says when he was proved, okay, and he was found faithful. We're going to have to be proved and found faithful. Okay, then we come into the favor, and it's going to go into it, the favor that Abraham came into, man, that covenant. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 21. Therefore, he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from river unto the uttermost part of the land.
Go ahead.
Verse 22, with Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake the blessing of all men and the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him an heritage, and divided his portion among the 12 tribes that he parted them.
So
The 12 tribes he parted them.
Yeah, so the narrative never changed. So it went from Abraham to Isaac, okay, Jacob, and then it said amongst what, those 12 tribes, those patriarchs, did he divide their inheritance, man? Okay, and what is the inheritance, man? The earth. So real quick, let's go to the New Testament, because we established plainly who that covenant, all right, is for, who the covenants are for. Okay, so when you go into, all right, the New Testament, we get there Romans, we can get Romans 9:1. Let me go back over. Let's get Romans 9:1.
Gonna break it up.
Y'all should one get it. Yep.
I got it.
Okay, come.
Yep. You got it, bro.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, you got it.
This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 1. I say the truth in the Mashiach. I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from the Mashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory of the covenant, and the giving of the law, and the service of Yahweh, and the promises.
So if he's writing to heathens in Rome, okay, if he's writing to Edomites and other heathens in Rome, why is he bringing up an adoption and covenants? Okay, why is he even bringing up, things that are pertaining to Israel? Okay, because he's writing to Israelites. If everyone was under, okay, the new covenant, everyone was included in salvation, why is he going to go into, okay, the history of Jacob and Esau? Okay, you go into this word adoption. Oh, you finna say something, bro?
Oh, I just said it was like foreigner.
Con, yep, exactly. So you go into this word adoption in the Greek, okay?
Strong's G 5206. We are Thesia.
Okay, and it says adoptions is son. All right, it said that relationship which the Most High was pleased to establish between himself and the Israelites in preference to all other nations. Okay, so that adoption was those sons of God, their lineage. He's writing to Israelites, okay, which are of their lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which will make them the sons of God. Okay, so that adoption, okay, is for the people that was under the first covenant that fell away. Okay, you can read verse 5, bro.
Verse 5. Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, that Mashiach came, who is over all, Yahweh blessed forever. Amen.
So according to the flesh, which according to their lineage, Yahweh came. Okay. And why is he gonna go directly? Let's keep reading. Why is he gonna go directly into the history that we were just reading in Genesis if that has nothing to do with it? That shouldn't even matter anymore. Genesis, none of those things should matter anymore if the salvation is for everyone. None of those things in Genesis shouldn't even be brought up anymore. Okay, you got it, bro.
Right.
Not as though the word of Yahweh had taken none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel.
Yeah,
Neither
because you had Israelites that didn't believe, which all right, first you had to be, an Israelite through the flesh, through your lineage of your father to be eligible, okay? But you had to believe, to be reconciled back to the Father. You had to believe in Yahushua, okay? You had Israels that didn't. So the Apostle Paul was like, it ain't that, the word of the Most High doesn't have any effect, and that's why he's going to explain that the rest, the elect get it and the rest were blinded. That's why he's going to explain that in the next two chapters when you go to verse 11. Okay. Chapter 11 in the book of Romans, he explains, they was blinded. He goes into those that Israelites don't believe. Look, they're blinded. Okay. Romans 11 kind of breaks that down between the circumcision and the uncircumcision. Those of all right, what we consider the Greeks. All right, with those Israelites. All right, you got it, bro.
neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Because Abraham had other children. Abraham had Ishmael. Okay, so this cuts up, because they'll try to talk about Father Abraham, but they don't deal with the whole lineage. We just went through the precept that the Lord was specifically dealing with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, and those patriarchs, those sons that come out of Jacob. Okay, so you have Islam is founded off Ishmael being the son of Abraham, but he's not the son of the promise. We wouldn't read anything about Ishmael being included, okay, in the promise and the covenants, man. Okay, Ishmael was blessed. All right, he blessed Ishmael on behalf of Abraham, but he wasn't included in the promise and the covenant. Okay, go ahead.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of Yahweh, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
So the children of the promise, which is Isaac and Jacob, okay, and those 12 patriarchs that come out of Jacob, those are the children of promise, nothing else. Okay, so you can finish reading that and then just go further into their history. But once again, why would he be writing this to heathens in Rome and going into establishing the promises made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Okay, why would he be doing it? And you have to go to the book of Acts. Let's get Acts 26 and 4. Okay, and then we're gonna go to the brother precept. We had Jeremiah 34, then, bro. 31.
Yeah, 31.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get two more, Lord we'll get that. So let's get Acts 26 and start at this verse 4. All right, this is the Apostle Paul, pretty much, appealing to Agrippa. Okay, because Jake, wanted to kill him. And, Jake tripping. Jake was mad how the Apostle Paul was moving amongst the what they call the uncircumcised, and those are the circumcision. They were proud, they thought they was the remnant spoken of, so they was going out their way, to stop the ministry of grace, that was being, forwarded to, the Israelite foreigners. All right, what you got, bro?
This is Acts chapter 26 and verse 4.
Yep.
My manner of life from my youth, which was at the first among mine own nation at Jerusalem, know all the Jews, which knew me from the beginning, and they will testify that after the most straightest sect of our religion, I live a Pharisee.
Yep.
Now I stand and am judged for the hope of the promise made of Yahweh unto our fathers, unto which promise our 12 tribes, instantly serving Yahweh day and night, hope to come. For which hope's sake, King Agrippa, I am accused of the Jews.
Yes. So the Apostle Paul, is talking about the promise of the fathers, which we've established what that was. Okay. Apostle Paul didn't change the narrative, man, because Christians like to run to the writings of Apostle Paul, but Apostle Paul knew exactly, who he was teaching. All right, he fully agreed with everything that was in, all right, the old covenant, man. Okay, the Old Testament. Okay, he fully agreed. All right, this I think there's Acts 17. All right, but as he's appealing, to Agrippa, all right, he's not shying away from the covenant and the promises, man. That was always, because that's how you think the Israelite foreigners came in believing, man. They was believing in the kingdom. How did we come in? We believe in the kingdom. First, we had to believe we was those people. Then we believed in the kingdom that was being preached. Okay, that's what brought us in, was those promises, man. That was the thing that it wasn't. Let me see. If I can find it real quick. I want to find it. Might be. But yeah, but when we came in, it wasn't, because brother was teaching about not getting lineups and eating shrimp, stop eating shrimp, man. It was okay. We start hearing about the promises, then we start hearing about the destruction. But hey, we start hearing about the kingdom, and how we descend, from King David, King Solomon. We start hearing those things. It was like, wait a minute, just me speaking. I know y'all brothers, got the same testimony, man. But it was when, we started hearing about those promises that really, opened us up to this thing, man. If brothers want to, add to it, I think it's matter of fact, I'll just get it in Acts 28, and then we'll get there, bro. So let's get this in Acts 28, just to show that the Apostle Paul, what was he teaching to the Israelite foreigners, man? He was teaching, the same things that we was going over in Genesis and Ezra. That's what he was teaching, man. Okay, so let's go. Let's get to the point. Let's get Acts 28 and 23. So this is when Paul was pretty much in prison, and you had, the Jews, that was in that town he was at. They wanted to hear the gospel, so they appointed a time, for them to come, and hear the message that the Apostle Paul was speaking, that he was teaching, So now Apostle Paul is, he's finna break bread with him. All right, but you got it, bro.
This is Acts 28 and 23. And when they had appointed him a day, they came in into his lodging, to whom he expounded and testified the kingdom of Yahweh, persuading them concerning Yahweh Shai, both out of the law of Moses and out of the prophets, from morning till evening.
So he was persuading them of Yahweh Shai, and he testified of a kingdom, rulership, Okay, so what was the Apostle Paul teaching to these Israelite foreigners, man? He wasn't teaching everybody's gonna go to heaven, and you know, just gonna be floating around. And nah, man, he was teaching about rulership, man. A promise that was made to a particular lineage of people. He said he just told King Agrippa, man, I'm bound because of the promises made to our father, man, our fathers. Okay, and which promises our 12 tribe working instantly day and night hope to come. You see, the Apostle Paul was speaking about a rulership to these Israelite foreigners, man, that was promised to a lineage. Okay, going back to the covenants, man. All right, and it was always set up that the Lord, would show grace, through Yahushua, and that's where you get the establishing. All right, the prophecy dealing with a new covenant. All right, well, you can get that on Lamar. Let's get that Jeremiah 30, 31, 31.
Hey, if you don't mind, bro, can we go to 2nd Ezra chapter 6, start at verse 54?
Okay, 2nd Ezra 6 and 54.
All
right. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick. And Yashawan, you can read it. And I say, bro, you can break it down. Let me
Okay.
Let me pull it up, bro. All right, you got it, bro.
This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of whom come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Right, because Adam is still like a part of that lineage, man, where it started. And we're the chosen nation, that came out of Adam, man, along with these other nation of people. Okay. But out of all those nations, there's a particular nation out of the 18 nations that are in the Bible. The Heavenly Father chose one particular nation to be, a nation of his own, which he called the apple of his eye. Okay. And the other nations are like when the brother was speaking on, while Apostle Paul was sending these letters to these other churches. Why would he be doing it? Because he was talking to these Israelites that was spread throughout these other countries, man. And the reason the letters was going out because these are Israelites. Israelites has always been spread throughout the earth, man, amongst other nations and everything. But they're all still the Lord's people, man. And the Lord is going to find a way to reach them through his men, his prophets, or what have you. But still, the other nations are not of the Lord when it comes to his chosen. You got it, bro.
And now, O Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
And see, and that's why, even in the ancient days, that the men of the Lord had a complaint because they had the understanding that the promise of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was for the nation of Israel, man. And they knew that we had a rulership by a heritage, but at the same time, we was not in that position. We was not ruling. We was always under the foot of some other kingdom, and that never really set on the spirit well of these men because they knew that they had a position of rulership, man, that was given to him by a promise. So yes, there was still questioning, you know, why are we not in that position? Why are we not ruling? Okay, because it's because our people throughout generation continually became hard-headed, stiff-necked, worshiping other gods, worshiping idols, and therefore it just wasn't that time to receive that blessing of rulership in the kingdom of heaven, man. Okay, you got it, bro.
But we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fellow servant, thy fervent lover, are given into their hand. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
And we're still in a position of being under a wicked rulership, man, and we're not in rule yet. Well, we're towards the end of it, and we are enduring. But with that blessing, we also fell under the umbrella of being under the curses. When you go to the book of Deuteronomy, for our disobedience, man. So we're still living out our captivity, but that promise is still for us, man. And that's why the Lord preserved a remnant, okay, of men who was going to hear this truth, who it was going to resonate with them, and we was going to start doing the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua by what? Going out, prophesying, going out, making our bodies a living sacrifice, doing videos, you know, magnify the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, uplifting the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And but it still falls under that blessing, man, because the chosen seed and the Lord's elect will be doing this work, man, and all the things that, you know, falls under the umbrella of the promises, man, and what the Lord's prophets will be doing at this time. You see that manifesting throughout the earth, man, and starting with Great Millstone, our apostles and elder bishops on down. It's showing that this promise is true, man, and it's showing the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua are faithful and true, because the heritage, okay, well, not the heritage, but the promise, you see it how it's trickled down, and the things that these men will be doing at that time. And the ones who received the blessing, like I say, also fell under the umbrella of the curse. But the Lord is still dealing with his chosen, man. Because I forget the scripture where it say that he not do this all the way to destroy us, but we cannot go unpunished. You know. So, you know, even though we the apple of the Lord's eye, we're his chosen people. But, you know, when a child disobeys his father, he has to be punished, man. But does that mean he's taking his blessings away from us? No. But it has been prolonged because the prophecies have to come to pass. And this is still prophetic, man, that these things were going to happen. You got it, bro.
Oh, that was the end of the chapter right there.
Yeah, that's
okay. Come.
You can get Baruch 4 and 6 for the brother. I believe that's what you were speaking about.
You said 4 and 6?
Yeah, I think that's it, bro.
4 and 6, yep.
This is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved Yahweh to wrath. You were delivered unto the enemy.
Right. So we were sold to different nations, man, and we were brought over here. And the scripture saying Deuteronomy 28 chapter, you know what I'm saying, that we will be that we will go back to Egypt on ships, and we will not see our land no more, and we'll be sold as bond men and bond women, and no man shall buy us, meaning no man shall redeem us. So that happened, and that happened to the nation of Israel, the Lord's people, because that's who that curse was gonna fall upon. You got it, bro.
I think that was it on that. Yeah, we can go to that Jeremiah 31 and 31. Like I say, we read on down. We can end it in here, bro.
All right, you got it, bro. You can break it all down.
Come. Yeah, so yeah, let's get that Jeremiah 31 and 31, bro.
All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 31. Oh, that they got the head. No, my Bible got headings in it. It got a new covenant on there. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Oh, I'm on the wrong side.
It's a new covenant on there.
Yeah, if you can see it right there.
Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, at the top of 27.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
No,
It's 31.
Yeah. It's Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 31. Behold, the days come, said Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
And that's plain. You know what I mean? You can't add nothing to that. You can't make another nation fit in there. You got their replacement, theology, okay, that they have in these theologian schools, vocab, try to push that madness as if actual Israel, okay, was replaced by spiritual Israel, the heathens that believe. Nah, man. Okay. It's plain. He gonna make a new covenant with the house of Israel, the northern kingdom, and the house of Judah, the southern kingdom, man. Okay. Go ahead.
All right, can I bring a precept out to kind of link that up?
Yeah, you got it, bro. What you got?
This Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 19. Say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribe of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand.
Yeah, and that's why you see, brothers prophesy with the chart. That's symbolic of the tribes coming back together under a new covenant, man. Okay. And the chart, makes people inquire, because it has, the bywords that we've been called in this captivity, but then it has, our biblical nationality, man, which links us back to what? The covenant, the promises, man.
I think that's in the scriptures too. It tell you one of the scriptures say you had to write it in a sign. I forgot where it is. I know Yashima used to bring it out all the time. They used to like you say, inquire about the sign. They'd be like, "Why y'all got a sign up there?" And he'll go through it and be like, "Tell you to put it on the sign."
It's in that same chapter. You can read down the mod. It's in that. I believe it's in that chapter. You got it, bro. Yeah, read down on.
So I gotta get out of it, bro. Hold up.
It's all good, bro.
All right. Back in Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 20. And the stick whereon thou writest shall be in thy hand before their eyes. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land.
Yeah, so this is going back to this is going back to the covenant. Because that land was promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's part of our inheritance, man. Okay, so Israelites being gathered is to bring them back, into an agreement, into a contract. We're gonna rule all right, the planet Earth under a contract that we have with the Most High through Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, our rulership is going to be based off that contract. Okay, that's why it's an everlasting ruler. That's why it's an everlasting covenant, because we're going to have an everlasting rulership. Okay, you got it, bro.
Verse 22, and I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
Yeah, so
neither shall
letting you know, okay, The nation that's going to be blessed in Abraham is talking about the tribes, man. Okay? That's the nation that's going to be blessed through Abraham because we come from their lineage, and we're blessed because we come from their lineage, man. Okay? Off them promises. You got it, bro.
Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them, so they shall be my people, and I will be their power. And David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe all my statutes and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even their children and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and they will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore.
And that's the point, So it was always about the Lord, having mercy on his people and that everlasting promise, that everlasting covenant, man. All right. And nowhere can you include another people, man. All right. And we went to the New Testament and showed you that it was speaking about Israelites, man. And what the brother, all right, is reading in Jeremiah, this is what Apostle Paul was quoting in Hebrews 8, all right, the 8th chapter, verses 6 through 10. Okay. So we go back to that Jeremiah, bro.
All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers, and the day that I took them by hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, said Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
We broke the covenant. That's what got us in captivity, is we broke the covenant. Okay, even though the Lord fulfilled his duties, because a husband will provide protection, okay, and provisions, and also guidance, okay, and structure. Okay, so the Most High, he held her to his end of a contract. Even when you deal with a woman, hey, that's when you're a husband and wife, there's contract, there's duties that come, there's responsibilities that are supposed to be upheld on both parties. Okay, go ahead.
But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people.
And this is what's going to be modified in the new covenant. We're going to be changed. The law is going to be within our inward parts. Okay? So the second covenant is with the same people. It's going to be the same, all right, stipulations. We're going to have responsibilities on our end, and the Most High, all right, he's going to have, his part of the contract to fulfill. Okay? Well, that's why it says in Hebrews 8th chapter that this new covenant is based on better promises, because we're going to be changed, man. We was faulty, finding fault with them. Okay? You got it, bro.
And like I say, bro, that proves what you just said, proves that we're not in the new covenant. It's not, it haven't been established, man. It's like the preparation going on, but it's not there yet. You can get a building, man, and get it prepared and ready to open up, get all the supplies and everything, but it's not officially open for business until you actually crack them doors, man. So when we are delivering them chariots, man, that's when we're going to receive those new bodies, and that's going to be the beginning of that new covenant.
Come. You got it, bro. Come.
And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahweh Shem Yahushai, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them.
Yeah,
Said
so
Yah-
that's clear cut. If we was in a new covenant, we wouldn't need to be teaching. Okay, we wouldn't have to have a live stream, YouTube channels. Okay, you got it, bro.
Yeah.
saith the Lord, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
Go ahead.
And you know, they say, remember your sin no more. And it like the scripture say, the wages of sin is death. Shit, we still dying.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so it's impossible to be in the new covenant. And if you following
Right.
any clown that say that, all right, and you're beyond lost, man. You know, you got it, bro.
Thus said Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, said Yahweh Shem Yahushai, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
So I wanted to read this because now it makes sense. You know, why you see the devil is, you know, always trying to get into space. Okay, trying to shoot rockets at the moon. Okay, like this devil is really attempting this, man. As you keep reading, you know, he's all, you know, the eclipse and trying to shoot rockets while the eat. Like this devil, he's really goddamn, you know, obsessed with trying to fulfill this, man. Okay?
Yeah.
Because he knows that what the rightful heirs are Jacob. You know? Well, he wants to try to accomplish this. Because this is what NASA and all this was for, man. You know, to try to search out the heavens and destroy, you know, Esau trying to attempt this, man. Because he wants to eradicate this seed, so he will be the only heir left, man. To that promise, man. You got it, bro.
Thus said Yahweh Shem Yahushai, if heaven above can be measured and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, said Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Behold, the day is come.
That was
the Lord.
Yeah, that was the point. You know, and this is what these devils want more than anything, you know, is for the whole seed of Israel to be cast off. You know, and that's why he finna come with great wrath, man. He just finna say F it. You know, and that's why he got these he want to come with his technology. Like he really, all right, wants to try to pinpoint Israel, but he can't. You know, because he can't track spirits. You know, and the Lord has Israel scattered, you know, looking like other nations. Okay, and it's just what else to say? And they just pretty much want to try to eradicate the rightful heir. You know, you watch the movies, you know, the next up, you know, in line, what does he do? You know, he might be the third in line. What does he do? He try to eradicate, you know, so he can move up in the succession. You got what you call a succession of the throne. You know, you got to pretty much the king right out the succession, you know. So he started his firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn, then he might run out of sons, and then he might go to the nephew, you know, might go to a cousin, you see. Because even when you go like the King James, you know, the guy that wrote the Bible, well, that had the Bible translated, you know, he just overseen, you know, had the Bible translated, but he became ruler over Britain, you know, and he was a cousin, you know, of the queen, you know, so that's how the succession worked. So Esau, he wants to eradicate all the seed of Israel so it can just be him left, you know, for their birthright, but he's going to fail, all right, because, hey, the Lord made promises, man. Esau can't break their promise, So
Okay.
yeah, that's the point. Y'all brothers had anything else?
Oh, and like you say, like you just said, this what they trying to do. They trying to get rid of like the ordinances and stuff. They trying to get rid of it. They trying to blow up the moon. If they could do that, then like they say, because that's a sign for the end times, like the blood moons, the eclipses. If they could get siren just went off.
There you go.
If they can get rid of that, they can shut down your house shot coming back, and we will never get out of here. But they can't stop it.
Con.
That's why they push it for that CERN too, man, so hard, so they could try to travel back in time and offset the blessing from the beginning.
So yeah, that's the point. I think the point been made. To water, to you brothers. All right, you sincere sisters. That's tuning in. All right. So with that, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to our younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hope of Shalom on Bible Ball soon.
Shalom.
Shalom, Bible Ball.